This morning, right?
No, we have a really interesting guest joining us in studio this morning. Sacha, Laurin, you're actually a master cheesemaker. Look at these beautiful cheeses down here with the Winter's Cheese Company. You've taken that passion for fermentation and you've translated it over into fermented tea, also known as kombucha. Mm-hmm. Okay, so talk about what we have in our jar here.
So last week, Bethany had a private lesson making kombucha, so we actually brewed the tea together. It was some beautiful herbs and 1 gallon of tea that had the equivalent of 5 tea bags for the 1 gallon, 1 cup of sugar, that's all it was. And we chose the teas at the Sacramento Natural Foods Co-op together, and today I have tea bags, but you can use any tea. And then we put a mother inside, so it's a mother culture.
So come over here and take a look at this and explain to people at home who are seeing this and maybe being grossed out at the moment, what is this thing?
So it's actually called a SCOBY, symbiotic colony of bacteria and yeast, and it's actually a gelatinous disc, as you can see, that has a lot of cheese cultures in it. It has lactobacillus, all kinds of just wonderful enzymes and probiotics for us, and it's a detoxifier for the liver and kidneys, and so it's a living organism that then ferments tea and
so the actual
carbonates it.
The making of the kombucha is pretty simple, and I was surprised by how simple it is. Yeah. So we've got our water, super hot water. Normally you would do it with boiling water. You put your tea bags in, and then you add
a cup of sugar.
And that is just to give the mother the SCOBY, so the nutrition.
The sugar ends up being completely eaten by the mother. So at the end of the 8 days that you leave the tea, the mother on the tea, it is there's no sugar left at the end, but it becomes carbonated because she uses that for her food, and she also uses the caffeine. So it's non-caffeinated by the end and is just full of these amazing enzymes that have been imparted by the SCOBY.
And so once the tea is all brewed and boiled up, you add in some ice. Sacha has that here to cool it down because otherwise it would burn the mother. Yeah. And then you put the mother right in, you seal it up, and then you put it in just kind of a tucked away place in the kitchen. You want it to still have light or air.
It needs to breathe.
But you don't want it to have too much light.
That's right. So it wants to be in the dark and also to be able to breathe. So that's why we put this cotton cloth over. It has to be fine enough weave that insects can't get in. Fruit flies love kombucha. And then at the end of the 8 days, we just we remove the mother. So
okay,
are you ready to go?
That's the next step. And I know we don't have a ton of time, so we're going to be taking the mother out. So here is the mother who will be able to be used for another kombucha.
Yes. So she's actually made a baby. Oh. Here, she's made a baby on top.
Oh, wow.
So in that week that you had her.
That's pretty incredible.
And so this is the original mother, and then this is the baby that she made.
And both of these can be used to then brew more kombucha. And then this is what's going to go into separate bottles, be bottled up and set aside for 2 to 3 weeks, so that it gets all the
sparkling, and then we
effervescence.
Yeah, and then we can add pomegranate or mango. I made these in champagne bottles, so they're actually not at all. There's no alcohol, but it's just a non-alcoholic, beautiful carbonated drink.
Lovely treat. Sacha, thank you. We will be doing a little sampling at the end, and we'll introduce all of our coworkers who are so curious about it. I want to let you guys know that the Green Boheme is going to be doing a special workshop. Amazingly, only $35 gets you dinner and gets you a whole lesson learning how to make your own kombucha, and then you get sent home with your very own mother, your very own SCOBY.
Dinner, drink, dessert, workshop, mother SCOBY, and tea to start you off for $35 on the 28th of July.
Perfect. Thank you, Sacha. Call back to you.
The more you learn about your insurance, the more gaps you may find. Like how you may be covered for this, but not for something like this. Talk to farmers and see what gaps could be hiding in your coverage.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Terrific story. He is just 11 years old, but tonight he is a college graduate with 3 associate degrees.
Tanis Abraham.